that we work with, the team that I work alongside with. And specifically, and first and foremost, we are going to first host our founder, who will be giving you some of the details, how the organization came into place, and all of that history.
Hello, everyone. My name is Heather Lytle, and I'm the Executive Director of Hope of Africa, Subi Africa Youth. It's a really great privilege to be a part of Youth Alive, and just thank you for the privilege of being able to share with you some awesome things happening in your home country. So what sparked off this vision was working with a group of 10 young Ugandans that were studying in university in South Africa, and they had a deep desire to go home and make things better at home. And I started interviewing them and trying to get creative about ways they could impact their communities. And they started with a small school that had 18 young children. They were under the age of 12. And then we realized a lot of the need as we went was working with young adults, meaning 15 to 25, where a lot of them had finished school or had dropped out of school. And there was just a real lack of opportunities for these youth to get on their feet. They were breadwinners of households of 6 to 8 family members. And we just started dreaming about what could we do to raise the bar of just the opportunity that the community could provide for these youth to get on their feet and be able to be impactful in their home communities. So the Youth-Led Initiative has been from the beginning our heart, and we started with a group of 12 young people between the ages of 17 and 25. Most did not finish their university education, but they had a high potential to be able to be impactful. So we just spent 4 months really teaching leadership and community development and hearing the heart of what they had in mind for the community. And long story short, we actually, right now, we have 15 alumni serving in our organization, and each have very primary roles and heads of departments. And all of them have been serving alongside of us, volunteering. We have over 100 youth that work with us on a monthly basis, and we're working in local schools, we're working in local churches, and really trying to take hands, having camps, and really just exposing young people to the possibilities of skilling and learning opportunities. So challenges are endless. The situations at home for the students are critical oftentimes, and it's difficult for them to focus even with just regular meals and medical needs, that kind of thing. That from the start has been realizing we have to holistically just serve and help these students. But the primary challenge has also been just the regulatory development required to license everything, register everything properly, so that our skills training center really is compliant on all in all different perspectives of the ministries of education. So making sure that we have competent faculty that really not only engage the students in a skill, but have a heart for what's happening at home and really able to minister to them and with the gospel, the biblical worldview of life and decision making. We believe Jesus is the center of it all, and leadership starts at the feet of Jesus. So really making sure those foundational worldview opportunities are there for them, exposure to the Bible and the truths of the Word, and being able to really implement that in their own lives and their decision making and how they manage home challenges, as well as how they work with their neighbors and other educators along the way. So in the giving back component, a lot of the students are in a work study program where 50% of the time they're receiving and they're getting skilled, and then 50% of the time they're out doing work, engaging the community and giving back. And for us, that servant leadership is a key thing in creating that humility and that God-fearing willingness to really get down at the level of the students that we're serving. So many of them have stories that impact the younger ones. They've come from terrible situations, poverty, and they've overcome, and they can share their story with those that are underneath them. So it's been really fun to see that generation impact of the older ones taking care of the younger ones, right down to the babies. You know, our intention was to work with a teaching training course, but the impact of that is obviously hundreds of children also being educated and getting opportunities that haven't been able to go to school. So it's just fun. They become sisters and brothers in one big family. And we just recently had a graduation. 19 youth were able to graduate with 5 different skilling accreditation. And it was just a joy-filled time where not only did the youth come, but the parents and the elders and the children that were a part of the different components of the outreach that they were doing. So it was just really fun to have the whole community coming together to celebrate that special occasion. So my primary advice is that God is able to complete what He starts in you, and everyone has a calling, everyone has a potential, everyone has a gifting, and be willing to risk and develop those skills that are inside, that passion that God has put in there from the very beginning, and be obedient to following the principles that the Bible teaches, but also just to never give up and to not try to do life alone. That God has often, almost always, put someone around you that can pick you up when you fall down and be a part of a community that really can journey with you and walk with you, that you can look up to. So find those key people that are circling around you that you can really respect and love, and stick with them and believe that God has a special place and a special purpose. And it doesn't maybe come overnight, and it requires a lot of hard work, a lot of perseverance. There's tragedies along the way that we don't expect, and yet He still uses that suffering and that difficulty for our good. In time, we get to see that. So yeah, just don't give up. Never give up. God has a purpose and a plan, and He will complete it in you. Thank you so much for being able to hear what our story, just the testimonies that these students have, and it's just a joy to be able to highlight all that God has done. So thank you so much for being a part of this story.
Welcome back. That was Heather Lytle, our founder and executive director. As you've heard, she has told you that we as SUBI help youths discover their God-given talents, which they would later on use to help and transform their communities. Next, let's have our country director who will tell you more about our activities, programs, and partnerships. Thank you.
I am Tambi Herbert, the country director of SUBI Africa Youth, and I'm so happy to be hosted at this show and be able to contribute to the topic of the day, youth-led initiatives in the community. While at SUBI Africa Youth, the focus is to make sure that we inspire and equip Christ-centered leaders that can transform their communities. And how do we do this? We focus on skills training. We focus on discipleship, which is the wheel that runs everything together. And we also focus on community outreach to make sure that the youths are well equipped and well supported to go back and transform their communities. And it's done in a sustainable approach, that whatever skills these students are given, they are skills that can be transformed into their communities, businesses, or they could end up in employment, but they are skills that are aiming to transform the lives of the people they live with. And we also make sure they're scalable. Like, it's not just to the community we are in from 2017, but to other communities in the country. We make sure that the skills that are given to these students, they can be able to take them from Wakiso to Kampala to Mukono and make sure that they are applicable in those communities too. Sustainability of these projects done by the youths in the communities. We come alongside them in establishing small-scale businesses that are run by the students, but alongside the organization, and also encouraging that they can run their own businesses. And realize that these small-scale businesses that are run by the students or alongside the organization are able to bring back something to run the program into another year and support another cohort. Yeah, and we also make sure that there's measurable impact done through these projects. For instance, we have cohorts that come in every year, cohorts of about 20 that are used to reach almost every month. We make sure that these programs are able to tell the impact that is happening in the communities. And how do we do this? On a yearly basis, we have a cohort that comes in of 20, and the 20 on a monthly basis is involved in community outreach to at least about 100 other youths in the communities. But we like to see that the 20 that is empowered with skills go out and use these skills. So at the end of each year, we look at how many of our students are actually out there using the skills they've learned, either in starting a business, either in working alongside us, or internships or apprenticeships. And you find that they are running on a yearly basis. You'll see we have an increment of students that are in the marketplace. But the beauty of this is one, that we are not just churning out plumbers, electricians, seamsters. No, these are people that are disciple makers, because the will of the organization is discipleship. As they acquire the skills, the foundation set is discipleship. So we believe that when we put out these youths in the marketplace, we are putting out disciple makers. When you interact with them, let's say in a business, they're on a tailoring machine, they are able to use that as a basis of sharing the gospel and discipling others. Yeah, it's been a pleasure to share what we do, and just for the many people watching to know who Subi Africa is and to see the impact that Subi Africa Youth is doing in the communities. We are open to partner with people. We are open to partner with businesses, churches, individuals, those that are interested in seeing that discipleship is at the forefront of this country, those that are interested in mentoring youths, and those that are interested in opening opportunities for the youths to come in and intern or even take up opportunities. Those that are in businesses, we welcome you. Like, you could come and join us in entrepreneurship classes to share your experiences and just inspire the next generation. Once again, I'm so happy to be on this show, and I'm so happy to share our journey. And once again, I welcome you. Let's partner together and change the lives of many and empower the youths to transform their communities. Thank you so much, and may the good Lord bless you.
Welcome back. You have heard from our country director, and as he has highlighted, we send the youth out to transform their communities, but we usually do the initial work of walking the journey with them to help them build the character, develop the skills later on for them to go out and transform their communities. Next with us, we are going to have Jericho, who is working as the community outreach coordinator, and we will have Emma, who is a volunteer working in the Learning Center, one of the programs under community outreach, and we'll also have two of our youths who graduated of recent in the program. That will be Dorothy and Nicholas. Thank you.
Thank you, Google Day TV, for giving me this opportunity to be on the Youth Alive show. My name is Nantume Jericho. I am the Community Outreach Coordinator for Subi Africa Youth. Among the programs we do with the youth is youth discipleship. whereby we get youth in the community to come here at office. We have a very beautiful curriculum that we do with them to disciple them at their different stages of knowing Christ. And this has been very impactful in the run. We also have mentorship. And all these youths come here, they all want to open up to somebody. That is not everybody, so they all feel free to get a mentor of their choice from the staff members here, from the alumni here, just to help them career-wise, help advise them on whatever challenges they are facing in the community, and to help them grow, both in the ways they do work and in their spiritual lives. We also have the medical camps that we do, and in these camps we look at impacting even the communities where they come from, because in this community there's little access to good medical services. There's only one small pharmacy nearby, and the hospitals are very far away. So we usually invite these youths to come over, their parents, anybody that is sick and is suffering from a certain disease, and we give them one of the best medication from one of the best hospitals in Wakiso. And all this comes free of charge. We do free dental services, free optical services, general doctor consultations, free laboratory checkups, and they are able to take some medicine back home. So this gives them access to good medication. And we also have the vibrant youth camps for all the youth in the community. These happen monthly. We'll go out in the community, mobilize them, and we have a number of things that we look at throughout the year. And these things are actually derived from the research we do in the community, the different challenges these youths have. We talk about things like sexual purity. We talk about things like how to find a good career. We talk about how to go about life, good sanitation, hygiene. And we look at helping them holistically if you give them the word of God. And then what about their lives? So we make sure we bring out guest speakers from outside. We have pastors from different churches come here and share on these topics. What does the Bible say about these topics? And then what is the world view on these topics? So these youths are able to actually have very good insights on these different topics, these different challenges that might be disturbing them out there. So that happens in the monthly youth camps that we have, and they are open to everybody, the Muslims, and we also get an opportunity to disciple these youth through these youth camps that we have here at our offices. And then now we also have programs whereby the youth come here and get involved in the different skills, like Alex said, and most of these youths that are engaged in these skills actually are attracted to these camps, and from these camps they are able to know about other programs that are happening here and engage in the different programs. And then when it comes to partnerships, we develop partnerships with churches, and in these churches we have the youths participate in discipleship. In discipleship, we go to different schools under the discipleship program. We disciple children in different schools through the Awana program, which is fully a discipleship program for children from ages 4 to ages 13, 14. And we have seen lives of so many children transformed. And how do the youths come in this discipleship of the children in different schools? We actually have these youths get trained in this children's discipleship program called Awana. So when these youths are trained, they're actually the implementers of the discipleship program in the different schools. We have seen children come in and testifying of how they have been transformed by what these youths teach them in the various schools, in the various classes that we work with in the different schools. And I just want to give a word of encouragement to the youths out there. Don't just sit there. If you are confused about life, find a mentor, somebody you can trust, somebody that can walk the journey with you, because it's not easy. You need somebody that has been there before, somebody that has experience in something. So when you find yourself a mentor, you are able to have a clear picture of life, somebody that can hold you, somebody that can pray with you, somebody that can be there and just intercede on your behalf. So youths out there, don't face challenges alone, don't keep quiet, because at the end of the day, if you keep something to yourself, it could affect your mental health. But if you have a mentor, it could be a friend, it could be a relative, it could be somebody at church that you look up to, somebody that inspires you, somebody that could be somebody in the field that you want to embark in the future. So just find somebody to talk to, somebody to encourage you, and somebody to pray for you. Thank you so much.
Hello, everyone. My name is Emma, and I'm blessed to be on the Youth Alive show. I'm from Rochester, Minnesota, from the U.S., and I'm here with Subi because I came 3 years ago to just see everything that God was doing in the ministry here and to get to serve alongside the team. And because I loved my experience 3 years ago, I'm back again, and this time I'm here for 4 months to get to serve in the Learning Center. With the Learning Center, we have students that come in the morning. They're younger. They're about ages 4 to 7 or 8. And then in the afternoon, students who are 8 to 12 come, and we teach them different subjects, but I get to teach mostly Bible and then also math lessons. And so we plan throughout the week as a teacher team, but we also pray for our students that they come to know the Lord personally and have a personal relationship with Him. We come and teach Monday through Thursday, and the students will come, rain or shine, and it's just a fun time to get to dance together, sing, and just grow more. And a word of encouragement I would like to share is that Jesus, He modeled in His ministry welcoming children to Him. And He told those around Him, when you welcome these little children, you're welcoming me. And so we pray that at Subi, as we welcome the children, as we hug and greet them, that we'll also be welcoming Jesus and His presence into this place. And that as we share love with them, that they may understand the love that Christ has for them. So that's our desire, and it's our ministry. So we're very blessed and grateful to see all that God is doing. And another aspect I love is that God is working in the lives of the youth here. I can see in their discipleship classes all that they're learning and the disciples that are being established here. So I'm grateful and blessed to be on this show. Thank you for having me.
I welcome you from that session. Before we proceed to have testimonies from our students, let's have a short musical break and we'll be back.